What is up, YouTube? iTV here, and I'm here to review the Family Guy and Simpsons crossover that went down tonight. Now, before we jump into things, I do not own this piece of art. I don't own Family Guy, and I don't own The Simpsons. I'm merely just a fan. Now I'm glad I got that cleared up. Now, I don't know who all is a big fan of Family Guy or The Simpsons, but quite frankly, I sort of enjoy both shows. If you see my Pokemon and Digimon debate, then I'm usually pretty impartial on these things. I mean, these shows have their bad points and their good points. Some of the jokes are funny, some of the jokes aren't funny, yada yada yada. Now, I thought this episode was just average, honestly. I thought that Simpsons and Family Guy coming together would be something completely epic. Like, we have bigger storytelling, just funny jokes out the wazoo. But it's no secret that Simpsons has fallen off since, we'll say, early 2000s. That's no secret. Now, I really think they should have made a movie out of this. That would have been a lot more epic. I mean, we have a Simpsons movie, but have we ever really had a Family Guy movie? I do not think so. No, we've had Family Guy specials, but they're not movies. Now, the reason I said it was average is because I kind of feel like something just did not feel right in the episode. I don't know why. It just felt kind of forced, honestly. It felt really forced. I heard a rumor that the only reason this went down was because Fox sort of gave this to Seth MacFarlane as a consolation prize for the Cleveland show being canceled. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's something that I heard. But when I really think it was forced. Now, I'm not denying that episode wasn't funny. It was pretty funny. I think Homer and Peter had great chemistry, but that's about where the funniness ends, honestly. I really kind of feel like they should have expanded on Stewie and Bart a little bit more. Meg and Lisa, Marge and Lois, Chris and Brian doing the thing with Santa's Little Helper. Okay, I think the biggest problem with this show was that they have completely different comedy styles. Family Guy is a lot more edgier, while Simpsons is a lot more, we'll say, family friendly, because it is. And that's why these two styles just did not really mesh together to make a decent episode. I mean, sorry, the episode was decent, but it wasn't anything spectacular. People have dreamed about this for years now, a crossover between these two, and I really think it could have been a little bit better. But I'm not one to complain about these things. But I think Homer and Peter had great chemistry, and the fight was really funny also. The epic fight they had at the end of the episode. Bart and Stewie was kind of meh. I think the bit with Maggie and Chris over the pacifier was pretty funny. I think that was pretty funny. We didn't really see much from Lois and Marge. And I think we all saw that Meg was going to be able to play the saxophone really well. I think we all saw that coming. There was no doubt in anybody's mind she can play a saxophone. That's a running gag with Meg. Like, you think she can't do something well, but then she does something well. And honestly, the whole Meg stuff's gotten kind of old. Like, the difference between Meg and Lisa is that there's been a lot of episodes dedicated to Lisa. She's had a lot of good character development, while Meg has just been Meg. Shut up, Meg. Quoting the words of the great Peter, shut up, Meg, pretty much sums up Meg's whole character. Meg has had no character development. We've seen her be crazy, we've seen her be sweet, and that's just where it ends. Like, none of the characters have really that much character development in Family Guy. I guess except for Brian and Stewie and Peter. But the other characters just feel so secondary. Like Chris, Meg feel so secondary sometimes. Or Bart and Lisa feel like they're actually part of the main cast and not just minor characters. Like, have Bart and Lisa ever missed an episode? But Meg and Chris have. Okay, what else? Oh yeah, they also got criticized for a rape joke in there. I'm not really going to touch on that one too much. I understand rape's a very controversial topic, but to me, I don't really think the joke was funny. Whether it was about rape or not, it just wasn't really a funny joke. It's like he just said it in the phone, and it's just like, okay, like that was really just it. Like, I didn't really think it was funny or not funny. I was just like, okay then. Seth MacFarlane's taking that route, I see. But yeah, basically the whole premise for the crossover was to, like, alright, Peter had a comic strip. He basically ended up getting run out of town. They stopped at Springfield. Well, actually, the car got stolen, so they walked to Springfield. And that's basically just how it happened. Homer just happened to be at the donut store. Well, sorry, the Quickie Mart. And he bought him some donuts, and I guess he offered him to stay with him. That's how you make friends, ladies and gentlemen. Buy some donuts. Yeah. That's how it works. But, let's see, what else? What else should I cover? We had a lot of cameos. We had Cleveland, Bob from Bob's Burgers, which I thought was absolutely fantastic. Bob's a great character. I love Bob's Burgers. It was great to see him in the episode. You know, we saw all the Family Guy characters. We saw all the Simpsons characters in a cameo in the courtroom. Which I actually thought that was a very well done part of the episode. Like, because Homer was suing Peter over the beer, the Pawtucket beer, and the Duff beer. Homer was suing Peter, and they're in the courtroom, and they're like everybody's counterpart. I'm trying to think of some good ones. I know we had Dr. Nick and the Family Guy doctor. We had James Woods from Family Guy and James Woods from Simpsons. We just had a bunch of counterpart characters. It's hard to explain. It was a really good part of the episode. If you can catch this, I'd highly recommend catching that part, though. A clip online. I thought it was a really well done part. The good of this show was, I guess, the inevitable crossover. The fight was pretty good. Homer and Peter were comedy gold, like we all expect. And I guess it's an hour. I guess that's good. Now the bad. The fact that the other characters didn't really do that much together. The lack of actually funny jokes in the episode. And just the fact that the styles did not mix together. I think that's the bad. But I mean, both shows are great. But together, I just don't really think it was, meant to really happen. Like, it's more like just a fantasy, in my opinion. But I'm sure somebody enjoyed it. I mean, I enjoyed it though. I watched the whole thing, but I just really felt the need to make this video because that's just what I do. I like to review things. But overall, I wouldn't say it was bad. It wasn't anything spectacular, but it wasn't bad either. It was just kind of like another episode of Family Guy with the Simpsons and like a long cameo, basically. But yeah, I would love to hear some feedback on this. Like I said, I thought the show was okay. Nothing really too bad about it besides the things I named. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, you probably find some clips online or just read about it. But that's pretty much it for me. Signing out here. iReview is over. Until next time, later.